I just thought I'd do a quick video about estrogen gels, because with all these patch problems, a lot of women are deciding to switch to them, but they're not sure about the options and how to apply them. So I'm going to talk about the two products that are available here. I know there's been some information out recently about one of the products, Oestrogel, being out of stock. It is actually in low stock at the moment, that's true. There is more coming in really soon though. It's just been because there's been such an uptick in demand because of the patch problems that they ran out quicker than they thought they would. The other product, Sandrina, which we'll talk about, there's plenty of stock of that available at the moment. So women can switch to gels now if they want to. But let's talk about whether you want to. Now, any woman who's on a patch can safely be changed to a gel. There's a lot in common between patches and gels. The main thing they've got in common is that they all contain body identical estradiol, which is the type of estrogen we really want to give to women. And just like patches, gels carry no clot risk either. So that's another thing they have in common. They also avoid the gut and the liver, which means they don't impact the liver's production of binding globulins, which means that doesn't upset your thyroid hormones or your testosterone levels either. So these are some of the reasons why we prefer to put estrogen through the skin in either a patch or gel rather than as an oral estrogen. Although some women prefer the tablets, and that's fine. But there are some differences. Big difference is gels are applied once a day. Patches, as you probably know, are twice a week. So that's a big difference. Women apply the gels either in the morning or in the evening, and if they're on quite a high dose, some women split the dose, so they do half the amount in the morning and half the amount in the evening. So that is a difference between patches and gels. Some women also actually absorb gels better than patches, so it's worth sometimes switching to see if that's the case for you. You obviously also don't get that sticky mark that patches leave behind that I know drives some women mad. If you do suffer with that with patches, a bit of baby oil and a dry flannel will get those sticky marks off. The other difference is all patches are licensed and regulated here by MedSafe, whereas the gel products are still awaiting full licensing. Estrogel was approved last month, but the stock they have here now is still the unlicensed stock. Sandrina have applied to become licensed, but that's still pending. So what that all means is for now, both types of gel are still classed as an unlicensed medication here in New Zealand, which means it needs to be ordered and prescribed under Section 29. So that is actually just a normal script from any doctor, but the pharmacy, when they order it from their wholesaler, and any pharmacy throughout the whole of New Zealand can order either one of these two products from their wholesaler. They just have to do it through Section 29. So let's now get stuck into what are the two products you can get here in New Zealand. And these are the products here. So there is Sandrina gel and there is Oestrogel. So they are both pretty equivalent in how well they work for women. Sandrina comes in separate sachets. Some women prefer that. And Oestrogel comes in a pump bottle. So let's look at each one individually, and we will start with Sandrina. So Sandrina comes in boxes of 28 sachets. And if you're on a 25 microgram patch and you switch, often we start with about half a sachet a day. So one box then would last you 2 months. If you're on a 50 mic patch, we'd probably start you on one full sachet a day. So one box would last you a whole month. Inside the box, they come in these little sachets, which you just tear open, squeeze out how much you need. Once you've squeezed it into your hand, the advisable places to apply Sandrina are your lower abdomen or your thigh, and you're advised to kind of alternate which side you do it each day. And you spread it thinly to a size or an area of skin about 1 to 2 palm sizes, and you don't want to rub it in too aggressively. With either gel it's the same. You just spread it and then you let it dry. Give it a few minutes, maybe 5 to 10 minutes sometimes, till it's fully dry, and then you can get dressed. But you shouldn't get it wet for a good hour. So it's often best if you're doing it in the morning to apply it after your shower. Now let's have a look at Oestrogel. So this comes in a box and you open it up and you get a pump bottle like this. And when you first get it, you have to prime it. They actually put a few extra pumps in to allow you to do that, because the first 2 pumps you use, you just discard. You shouldn't apply them because it's not often the exact amount. You have to kind of get it filled up to the top. So you take off the lid, you take off the safety catch at the top, and you get rid of the first 2 pumps, and every time you pump it, you ideally want it upright and on a hard surface rather than holding it in the air and trying to pump it out at an angle. So you put it on a hard surface and you press down really fully on the canister at the top to get a nice full dose splodged into your hand. So you get rid of the first 2, and then that third one is ready to go, and you do 1 dose into the palm. That's 1 pump, and you apply this stuff either to the arm or the leg, the thigh. And the way they advise to apply it, similar to Sandrina, is you're going to spread it quite thinly. So with Estrogel, they say to start at the shoulder, go down to your wrist in 3 long strokes moving around the arm, and then you let it dry for a few minutes, or 5 to 10 to be sure. Wash your hands, and then you can get dressed. And 1 bottle of Estrogel contains enough pumps to last you for 2 months if you're on 1 pump a day, and for 1 month if you are on 2 pumps a day. And the 1 pump a day dose is about the equivalent to a 25 mic patch, and therefore the 2 pumps a day dose is about equivalent to a 50 mic patch. So that is some information about estrogen gels. The things to remember are they are safe for anyone who's on patches. They are not yet licensed, so you need to use Section 29. That's how the pharmacy orders them. They are also not yet funded. There is a petition that I started a little while ago that now has over 11,000 signatures on it to say, please, can you fund an estrogen gel pharmac? And they are in that process, but it's still not finished, and we would love them to hurry that up. And they will choose one of these products, and it's highly likely one will become funded in the not so distant future, I hope. But for now, there is a cost, and it varies between different pharmacies, but it is going to be at least $30 to $40 a month, and often it's a bit more than that, especially if you're on higher doses. But if you are happy to pay for a gel, you can go and talk to your doctor. If you want to know more information about both the patch supply problems and about how to convert to estrogen gels, you can check the Menadoctor website, menadoctor.com/patch supply advice. And that's all from me for now. I hope that has been helpful.